paranoid person's point of view, it'd be like, yeah, the market's gonna crash, and like they can just stop money, they can switch off the bank, so we have to keep gold and we have to keep all of these things, right? Drivers Mate Podcast, or Drivers Mate Podcast, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate the time you spend with me here on the channel, right? All the positive feedback you give is great, and even all the trolls, right? I appreciate you lot too, because you guys are funny, man. But anyway, thank you for your time, man. I sincerely appreciate you. I just want you to know that you watching is not just good for you, it's good for me too, right? And it makes me understand that what I'm doing is helping people in the world, and not even just helping them by actually doing some kind of, I don't know, some charitable act, but just by entertaining them, keeping their mind company while they're busy, right? Anyway, thank you, appreciate you, right? Excuse my burp. Like I say, we're real people doing real things, right? And if you like, subscribe and share this kind of channel, it helps other channels like mine too. You have to keep freedom of speech free, because after all, I'm just a geezer in a van talking nonsense, right? I'm not politically correct, not with no political agenda, nothing of the sort, right? I'm just giving you opinions, ideas, and sometimes facts and tools and things on how to move through life, right? So there's that. Like I said, I appreciate you. Let's get into it anyway. What are we doing today? We are reacting.
What's in your wallet right now?
I'd say about probably $400 or $500.
$400 or $500
like that,
in
yeah.
cash.
Yeah,
Is that what you're always carrying?
I generally carry something like that.
In
yeah.
20s or 50s or 100s?
Why do you care?
I want to see. Let's
You want to
see.
see? Okay,
Yes,
sure.
I do.
Yeah, well, most women do. You're not unusual.
Yo!
What have I got?
Warren Buffett's a crazy guy.
100s.
5 100s.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
All right, a 10, a couple ones, a
yeah.
5.
This is-
You're ready to tip and you're ready to dine out.
sure.
It's a big night out on the town
Yeah,
tonight.
this is pretty standard.
What's in your wallet right now?
Standard procedure.
I'd say about
Oh, right. So the caption of that clip, right, is it has its own connotations that I won't even get into, right? Because it says Warren Buffett destroys interview, right? How, right? Maybe it's because he said that she is a typical woman, right? Which could be taken in a few different ways, right? And if you're a female or a woman that's watching this, don't feel offended. And even if you do, you probably already understand what the kind of things you're gonna hear, right? And you don't care because you're smart, innit? You clearly are able to discern negative stuff and positive stuff, hopefully, anyway. Anyway, Warren Buffett, what do I think, right? Warren Buffett is a bloody gangster, right? And not even just a gangster like as a joke gangster, like he's a real fucking gangster in terms of how he's always moved in business and the way he plots, plans, strategizes. He not only keeps things simple, but he keeps things simple to a high level, right? Warren Buffett is like a Trump as well. At the same time, although we don't look at Warren Buffett as controversial as a Trump, it's the same kind of thing, right? And if I can remember a bit of his backstory, I think Warren Buffett's dad did some kind of business too, and basically Warren Buffett went on from there to do his own things anyway. But if you care about the financial world or any kind of way, or if you got swept up with the investment bug during COVID and all that, you've probably heard some Warren Buffett speeches, right? What does Warren Buffett basically say? He says, buy low, sell high, right? And hold on to stuff for the long game. He's all about compound interest, right? So he'll buy certain things and he'll hold them for a long time. Now, the majority of Warren Buffett's portfolio and his money comes from a small amount of companies, right? He doesn't invest in a broad amount. He researches a few companies, sees where the future's going, and then he sticks with them, right? And he doubles down. When the market dips, he buys more, right? And his company, I believe his company is like a holdings company, right? They're a company that buys other companies. Basically, if you invest in his company, I can't remember what it's called, you're basically like umbrella investing in all these other countries, like the S&P 500 and stuff like that, right? So just simple like that without getting too deep into stuff that I don't really know very well, right? Let's just be honest here. Not that economically endowed, right? Let's say it like that, right? But I'm not bad either, right? I know a bit. Anyways, yeah. So what do I think about what the interview, that clip of the interview is? Every man, right, from a paranoid point of view and from a normal, straight, clearly thinking point of view, right? Every man should always have access to cash, right, and access to money, right? Obviously, Warren Buffett has got access to more money than me and you will probably ever see, but point is, he still has access to cash, right? Actual, tangible, holdable money, right? Now, you don't have to walk around with $400, $500, because why are you doing that, right? As a normal person, there's not really any need to do that unless you like to keep an emergency fund with you at all times, which has its own benefits and its own downfalls. But like I said, from a paranoid person's point of view, it'd be like, yeah, the market's going to crash, and like they can just stop money, they can switch off the bank, so we have to keep gold and we have to keep all of these things, right? It's logical, but it's from a frantic, paranoid perspective at the same time, right? Money is money. It's supposed to be used, it's supposed to flow. And if the big people that run it, like the banks and stuff, and then the printers of money, decide we're not doing this anymore, you ain't got much choice, right? Because the next man's not going to accept your money. Just like how notes change over from old notes to new notes after a certain period of time, we're not accepting that money, right? So just understand money's like that. It's only supposed to be a receipt token or a promise note to say that I'm going to do this, you're going to do that, and this note upholds that between us, so we can trade instead of bartering, right? That's all it is meant to be. So your money is your freedom tokens, okay? So with that in mind, yeah, it is sensible and it's wise, even though he's rich and he can access a lot of electronic money, to keep a small amount of cash for your day-to-day transactions, right? Should emergency arise that you can't use electronic cash, right? You can't use your card or your phone or your Apple Pay and all that, right? You've got some cash on hand to take care of it, right? And also, if you like to dine out, eat out, or get your car washed, or whatever it is where you interact with a service person, it is a good practice to tip, right? And what do some people say a tip is? To ensure prompt service, right? And that's just an acronym from some guy, right? You may know exactly who that is from if you're paying attention. But yeah, it's always a good idea to tip anybody that works in the service industry, not just out of politeness that you help them in their own life, but you actually do help them, right? Because a lot of the time, tips supplement the pay that they should be getting, because they don't get much pay in the service industry, right? Although they should, and that respect should be given. But anyway, yeah, you keep a small amount of cash, so when someone does something nice for you, you can tip them. Or if you want to be charitable on some day, and you want to buy someone shopping, right? If you just want to give someone a $5 to be like, hey, have a nice day, right? It's a good idea to keep a little bit of cash with you, so you can do that. So you can always help someone else that's in need. So from that perspective, yes, always keep a little bit of cash with you, right? Even if you go completely electronic, right? And society starts to turn its nose up at cash money. There's a reason why people say cash is king. There's a reason why people say cash is trash, right? Because if you have too much cash, cash is trash, right? But if you have just enough cash, cash is king, right? Because it's transactionable, fast done, dusted. You give some paper, you get back some coins, right? It's all real material things, right? Anyway, that's my 2 cents on that, right? And there is a little bit that I might chime in on about the female psychology that Warren Buffett hinted at. But you've got to remember, Warren Buffett was born in like the 1920s or something like that, so he's an old bloody man. Sometimes some chauvinistic, misogynistic stuff is going to come out of his mouth and through his actions, right? That's a given. But should you judge the man of that? Maybe. If you're so inclined to do that, I don't know. But yeah, most men and women appreciate cash, but you know, a lot of women and a lot of girls appreciate seeing a nice little wad of cash. Like, yeah, that's it, right? Give me a bit of that. Honey, I'm gonna take a couple of 20s out of your wallet, right? That kind of shit, right? Or if you're at a strip club or something like that, they appreciate cash. But not every woman cares about cash, because most women have their own money, don't they? Innit? So yeah, because it's a physical object, it does something to your mind through your eyes seeing it, like, ooh, that's money, right? It's like some women will say, ooh, that's diamonds, ooh, that's gold, right? They get a little bit of Dee Dee from Dexter's Lab going, right? But anyway, that's just an opinion, it's not a fact, and it's very surface level. But shit, I ain't got time to go into all the psychology of why a woman might react to seeing money in a certain way, and why the person that made the caption thinks that Warren Buffett destroyed the interviewer. I don't really know about that, but anyway, that sounds like a little bit of a red pill kind of channel's mind frame. But hey, you tell me what you think, right? Do you rate Warren Buffett? Do you know more about his story? Like, I know quite a bit, but I can't bring it to the forefront of my mind right now. I'm quite heavily distracted by driving, and not only the fact that I'm driving, I'm on a route that I don't know because the road is closed, so I'm not able to be as comfortable as I usually am, right? So there's that. You must be vigilant, right? The cost of freedom is responsibility and vigilance, right? We always say that. So if you want to learn more about the financial world and investing, go check out Warren Buffett, right? He's a good dude when it comes to that. But remember, not everyone's Warren Buffett, and also Warren Buffett has been wrong a lot of times. So there's that. Disclaimer: if you do get into investing, don't do it because I said it, right? Remember, investing is like gambling, right? But be educated with your gambling, because you will lose money one way or another. If you stay in it for the long haul, you get compound interest, and whatever you had lost, you'll probably get back plus more, right? That's just my 2 cents on that. But let me know what you think, right? Drivers Mate Podcast or Drivers Mate Podcast. To give someone weight, because I'm kind like that, you see? Anyway. And you be kind to each other in the comments, and to me, right? If you could, that would be great, right? Check out my main channel at CNCCMI. Go over to the Patreon, sign up. For you Americans, it's about $3. For English people, it's about £1 something, maybe £2. I don't know, right? I don't know the kind of conversion rate, right? But anyway, it's not a lot of money. It's just enough that you actually can help and you can actually benefit, right? I'm not saying I need your money, because I don't, right? In all due respect, I'm alright. Yeah, but for people that want to have that content and exclusive content, that's where you will find it. And the seasons in real time instead of scheduled, that's where you will find it, right? And if you just feel like that I provide some kind of service to you, like, and I'm actually helpful and entertaining, then yeah, just do that as a form of donation and giving back if you're so inclined to do it, right? On the Patreon, Drivers Mate or Drivers Mate Podcast. I'm not sure what it is. It's one of the two. You can find me Drivers Mate Podcast on all social medias. And that's all I have to say today, right? Thank you for your time. Hope you have a nice day, and I hope you're getting the work done, right? Big up yourself. See ya.